Cancer risings, October 2020. Busy month. As a sign that tends to be more of a homebody, oof, like this is go time. If you are excited to dive into what the astrology, the tarot deck, and the oracle deck cards have in store for you for this month, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. This video is brought to you by my very own Astrology Academy course. I've been working on this course for so many months, testing it, refining it, reiterating it, and making it the product that I would have wanted for me to start out when I was learning astrology. So all the information is below if that's something that you're interested in, as well as a 1-hour webinar that I did, which is just a very brief overview to how to start learning astrology, so that if you know that you want to commit, you can look at that down below. But if you are more interested in like dipping your toe in or seeing what astrology exactly is, the webinar is also linked down below. Either way, I'm excited to start learning with you in the weeks and months and future to come. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, author, and philosophy student. I combine traditional Hellenistic astrology techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded spiritual guidance. This whole month, you have Mars in Aries in your 10th house, squaring Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter in your Capricorn 7th house. This is a really major month for you in divisiveness between going after or revising or really putting a lot of assertive energy into your career, and how that conflicts with some expectations or some crisis in your relationship world. That the Capricorn pileup is still leaving, but it's still active, and it's at odds with some sort of also crisis of trouble in your career. But it's more you doing something active in your career and that being at odds with some relationship expectations this month. So it's a dynamic of just pressure, and being upfront and seeing it as something to work out is really important for this month. I would caution against erratic rebellion of diving into your career if you know that it's going to fuck up your relationship in the long run, but at the same time, if your relationship is trapping you from doing what you need to, another consideration. On the 1st through the 5th, we do have Jupiter and Capricorn sextiling Neptune and Pisces between your 7th and 9th houses. So this year-long aspect has been this little opportunity, this like ray of hope in the midst of a 2020 shit show, indicating that even through the crisis, the expansion and the opportunities that are happening in your relationship world are allowing you to go after some long-term goals, specifically in education or travel that you're looking for. That if you are close with someone, maybe not in a romantic relationship, but like a close bond with like an authority figure or just a mentor is allowing you to pursue your goals, that might be the relationship that is really going through it. Is how do I use this person for what they bring me, but not use them just for that, and see the weighing that out. On the 1st, we have an Aries full moon across your 10th house, 4th house axis. And there's a full video on this full moon linked down below. It is quite an anarchy-filled full moon. Definitely one that I would watch, because this is around some chaos ensuing in your career that leads to a new break in family and career. That by break, I mean a chapter ending, letting go or completing something that was holding you back, and specifically like you going after something in career despite some expectations from home or the people around you. On the 10th through the 19th, so mid-month, we have the Sun in your Libra 4th house squaring Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in your Capricorn 7th house. This is another aspect of tension between some expectations from home or family going at odds with the other serious expectations in your relationship. That there is this pivotal tension in the most angular parts of your chart. There's the most tension in the major areas of your life. Like, you are very activated right now with you going after something in career that is at odds with a crisis, a very serious grappling in your relationship that is also at odds with some like almost like uppity expectations from your home or family that you're grappling with. But on the 11th, we do have a cute thing with the Venus and Virgo in your 3rd house, trining Uranus and Taurus in your 11th house. At least on the 11th, like middle of the month, you are recognized or you are having fun with a writing project. There's some communication endeavor around the middle of the month that opens up connections for you, and you're being well received for some output that you are putting out there. Even as like the world is crashing down around you, you're like getting a ribbon. And then on the 13th, the Sun in your Libra 4th house is directly opposing Mars in your Aries 10th house. By the 13th, definitely some expectations or authority or parents being at odds with what you're deciding to do in your career or your public image. That there's no way around it. There's people who are like sitting on a pedestal or a high horse being like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm gonna do my thing. And then on the 16th, we do have a new moon in your Libra 4th house. So there is a new beginning around home and family by the end of the month. And I have a feeling like some of you might be moving out due to this crisis or this grappling, and that by the end of the month, there's a, like, I'm going to set up shop in the middle of this battlefield. I'm going to create the home and the grounding for my life that I need to feel supported. Watch the full video, because I think that with this new moon being in such a foundational part of your life, it will be one that you remember for a long time. On the 18th, Venus in your Virgo 3rd house is opposing Neptune in your Pisces 9th house. Watch out for some criticism around your creative output coming from someone who, like, is way disconnected from understanding what it's like for you to be doing your work right now. That you might be really either criticizing yourself or receiving criticism from a point of view that is very lofty and very abstract, and being like, yeah, what does that mean for me to actually correct? So some confusing criticism on your work or your writing nearing the end of the month. On the 18th through the 25th, we do have Venus in your Virgo 3rd house, trining Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in your Capricorn 7th house. So by the end of the month, we are tying up with some recognition for your output or like smaller projects that you're working on, connecting with your relationship partner, that at least some of the busyness that you're going through, especially in terms of writing, or even like this could be something with siblings, is being helped out and helpful of your relationships. That by the end of the month, there's a more practical, helpful tone to your relationships. And then we end the month with the sun in your Scorpio 5th house opposing Uranus in your Taurus 11th house. So we end the month on a bang note of some erratic or shocking decisions in your social world being at odds with someone that you're romantically involved with. That there might be like a chasm of friends versus love. There might be some suddenly meeting your loved person's friends and being like they're weirdos. There's some weird energy that we close the month off that is in your romantic axis suddenly. If you do have any thoughts around the astrology coming up this October for you, do let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you before we do get into some tarot cards. Tarot card that we have for Cancer risings for this October is, we have the High Priestess reversed, and the High Priestess is associated with the moon. It is a card that indicates like our manifestations really phasing into being. So with the High Priestess reversed, you might be finding that some of your manifestations or dreams are coming into being and you don't want them anymore, or that you're revising like what that means in coordination with other parts of your life. That this is like a whoa, it's happening and now I'm rethinking it card. Next, for a Work Your Light Oracle card for Cancer risings, we have yes, just say yes. So say yes. And that's interesting because I think that maybe some of the not taking action is why some of the issues are piling up. That saying yes to what you need to say yes to might make the things that need to be said no to fall away without you having to make those difficult decisions yourself. That if you commit to what the yes is, the no's will take care of themselves. If you enjoyed this and you would like to check out my personal consultations below, if I am open for readings, I would love to read for you. And if I'm not right now at this time, you will be notified of a waitlist and places to join so that you can hear when I am reopened. But other things, astrology webinar is down below, 1 hour to really get you started and learn from me directly, you know, what the first things I would guide you on are. Astrology Academy is down below if you are ready to dive into this on a semester-esque, really committed level. I'm excited to learn with you in that way. But either way, do let me know down below any thoughts that you have about this October. Would love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, do all of the things, and sending so much love. I will see you in the next one.
But there is one thing you're all